Don in London, hello. It's December the 4th, 2009. My video is all about recovery from addiction to either substance or behaviour. And my addictive substance was alcohol. My behaviour could be just as addictive. Workaholic, relationshipaholic, collector, obsessed about having things, trying to fill that gap inside, wondering why I was always agitated, trying to be perfect and have the perfect life. Well, I realise now there is no such thing as perfect, except in the moment of now. The perfectly imperfect moment of now. And what a relief not to be chasing dreams and not worrying and staring back at the past, where alcohol took me to places of great success in a personal sense, but at the same time never satisfied, because I was striving for perfection, or striving to make sure that you thought I was all right, or the world thought I was all right, so I could be, and if I look right, I must be right. How deluded was I? Well, why? And I guess it was because there was fear inside me, fear of not being good enough, fear of not being loved, fear of not being included, and fear that I didn't have anything to contribute. So I strove and strove and strove. And along the way, drink provided conviviality, taking the edge off, and I didn't realise it was taking the edge off and suppressing my feelings, and stopping me from understanding where the balance in life might be. So, two extremes in all cases, to a large extent, trying to be successful, either wonderfully successful or wonderfully not successful. And drink got me in the end from dependence to addiction. And addiction is a place where we cannot stop because we just don't know how to, and if we try to stop, we keep on starting again. What a calamity that was, and had been for a long time. So these days, just gradually understanding what it's like to live in one day sober. And it's a special day for me. It's my mum's 78th birthday, and I've spoken to her this morning, and she is in a good mood, and she's having reflexology and then putting her feet up for the rest of the afternoon, I hope, and watching something on TV she really likes. Anyway, that's my mum, and she is part of the story. If it hadn't been for her love and the love of family, I would never have made it this far. And family didn't desert me, but they had to leave me to my own devices for a while, and that must have been one of the toughest decisions for them, so that I might find my own rock bottom. And I did, and then I found a few more as well as I went along. But what keeps me sober today? Family, friends, community, and a fellowship. And that fellowship is AA, Alcoholics Anonymous, full of unique, authentic people who can speak for themselves, so I don't speak for AA or for people in it. I wouldn't even try. And the gift is I can just share my experience, strength and hope of how fellowship helps me on a daily basis keep me in a sober place. Doesn't mean it's happy, doesn't mean it's sad. It's happy or sad as life is, and how my emotional condition is, how my spiritual condition is, and how I'm doing physically. So AA has helped me find emotional, spiritual, physical balance. And for me the program is a spiritual program, simply because it enables me to find the truth of what is going on for me on a daily basis. So spiritual for me is the truth of now, this imperfectly perfect moment of now. So AA, what is it about? Well, this is the statement of intent, or the AA preamble shared at every meeting of AA, which I go to every day if I can. Alcoholics Anonymous is a fellowship of men and women who share their experience, strength and hope with each other, that they may solve their common problem and to help others to recover from alcoholism. The only requirement for membership is a desire to stop drinking. There are no dues or fees for AA membership. We are self-supporting through our own contributions. AA is not allied with any sect, denomination, politics, organisation or institution. It does not wish to engage in any controversy, neither endorses nor opposes any causes. Our primary purpose is to stay sober and help other alcoholics to achieve sobriety. And primary purpose to stay sober and help other alcoholics to achieve sobriety. And there are many ways of doing that, and that is by example and by sharing experience, strength and hope. But it's not about forcing a particular view down the throat of another person. They've already got alcohol in there probably, so that's going to make them rebellious. And give it away, but don't expect to receive anything back, is the way it works. Because it is about giving and sharing, and not about collecting or feeling better because we've done some good. There's nothing worse than a do-gooder trying to do good. Doing good just happens if we're doing the right thing. So I'm lucky in a way. I've learned that sharing a message is just what it is, and if we're lucky, it helps. So what else besides meetings? Well, the 12-step program, 12 steps of action to change my attitude and behaviour to life. So it's about me changing my attitude and my behaviour. And the 12-step program is encapsulated in this book, Daily Reflections, which gives a page-a-day reading, each month covering one of the steps. So step 12, December, all about sharing a message to others. And the step reads like this. Having had a spiritual awakening as a result of these steps, we try to carry this message to alcoholics and to practice these principles in all our affairs. So it means doing all the 12 steps in a day as they are appropriate to our life experience. So we can't skip any. We can't do step 1 of powerlessness and then go straight on to step 12. We need to know and understand what we're up to. So for December the 4th in the book, it goes into action. AA is more than a set of principles. It is a society of alcoholics in action, the emphasis on action. We must carry the message, else we ourselves can wither, and those who haven't been given the truth may die. I desperately wanted to live, but if I was to succeed, I had to become active in our God-given program, or for me spiritual, which is truth program. I joined what became my group, where I opened the hall, made the coffee and cleaned up. I had been sober about 3 months when an old-timer told me I was doing 12th-step work. What a satisfying realization that was. I felt that I was really accomplishing something. God had given me a second chance. AA had shown me the way. And these gifts were not only free, they were also priceless. Now the joy of seeing newcomers grow reminds me of where I have come from where I am now, and the limitless possibilities that lie ahead. I need to attend meetings because they recharge my batteries so that I may have light when it's needed. I'm still a beginner in service work, but already I am receiving more than I am giving. I can't keep it unless I give it away. I am responsible when another reaches out for help. I want to be there, sober. And what a gift that is, because sober means that we can speak the truth. We're not trying to shove anything down the throat of another person, and we're just sharing the message. And 12-step work is just about being there and sober and doing whatever is required to make life work and keep the fellowship safe. So, as Bill sees it, this book, as many pages a day as seem appropriate for you. Page 276 is talking about a higher power for atheists. And I can be an atheist, agnostic or believer on any given day depending on my life experience. So I'm a believer in God is truth, God is love, and God works through people presently. I've had many experiences with atheists, mostly good. Everybody in AA has the right to his own opinion. It is much better to maintain an open and tolerant society than it is to suppress any small disturbances their opinions might occasion. Actually, I don't know of anybody who went off and died of alcoholism because of some atheist opinion on the cosmos. But I do always entreat these folks to look to a higher power, namely their own group, or good conscience, I feel. When they come in, most of their AA group is sober, and they are drunk. Therefore, the group is a higher power. That's good enough. That's a good enough start, and most of them do progress from there. I know how they feel because I was once that way myself. And the gift for me is we find the higher power of our choosing, and the serenity prayer to acceptance, which is either to God or good conscience, and it is always of your own understanding, not a collective understanding. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference is, for me, just for today.